New rules were just introduced that will make it very complicated for green card holders to get approved at green card interviews. Why is this happening? What are these changes? How is it going to impact you when applying for a green card in 2025? All the information in this video. Hello everybody and welcome back to Immigration Channel. In this video, like I tell you every single time we announce breaking news, I'll tell you all the information about new rules that were just issued by USCIS. They're going to change the way green card interviews are being conducted and also the powers that USCIS officers are now having when they're making decisions or when they are enforce immigration laws. Basically, what the new rules are saying is that immigration officers are now going to have federal agent powers. It means that they're going to have more power to investigate immigration cases, submit cases for prosecution, and also arrest applicants right there at the interview. Now, yes, we know arrests at interviews are currently happening, but they're happening by ICE agents that happen to come to the immigration office based on information they have before the interview. The change right now means that immigration officers, while they're at the interview, if they determine that something's going on based on their feelings or what they have there, they could arrest you or submit your case for prosecution. It is hard to understand how they're going to do this, but what I do know is that they have a lot of power now, and we need to understand what we can do as applicants to make sure that our case is being processed fairly and not subject to unreasonable scrutiny. Now, before we understand what these new rules are, when they're going to be implemented, and what cases in particular are going to be subject to scrutiny, I want to tell you one thing, guys. If you're watching my videos but you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so you don't miss any of videos, and also give us a big like so YouTube will be able to show these videos to more people just like you. As always, if you need help with your immigration matters, send me a text to 619-483-4549 or go to www.immigrationap.com. Leave your details and one of our team members will contact you as soon as possible. And now guys, let's go back into the video. So, what are these crazy new rules that were just announced a few days ago? Right now, immigration officers have the power to be federal agents, which means they can make arrests right there at the interview, they can submit cases for prosecution, and they can start investigations right there from the interview about any matter that they deem to be suspicious. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to try to prevent fraud. Nobody wants fraud. What is bad is give too much power to individuals that don't always know how to use it properly. And what do I mean by that? For decades, USCIS as an agency was operating separately from ICE. USCIS conduct the interviews, get the information, and if they find out something's off, they might alert ICE, and they will do their investigation, enforcement, arrest on their end. USCIS was handling applications, and ICE was handling enforcement and removal. This new rule essentially brings us back 30 years ago when we had the old traditional INS, if you remember INS. And with INS, things were kind of in under one spot. Officers were doing investigations, but they also were in charge of enforcement in a way. Now remember, this rule extends USCIS authority, but it doesn't change who qualifies for a green card. If you marry a US citizen and you qualify, you should apply for a green card. If you're applying for your parent, you can still do that. If you're trying to get a green card and you overstayed and you're married to your citizen, you can still do that. Those rules have not changed at all. It's just, the enforcement and the way they're going to do it is going to be different. And people are worried, well, what if I worked without authorization? What if I overstayed? What if I came on a tourist visa and got married after 2 weeks? Well, remember guys, the rules are still the same. You can still file for a green card. The question is, what is going to happen after you file? Are they going to look at you and say, well, you came on a tourist visa? You told them that you got a tourist visa at the US Embassy? We can see it in the computer, but now you enter the United States and 2 weeks later you married your boyfriend or girlfriend. That is not correct. And now officers are going to start questioning you at the interviews and they're going to be asking you more questions and you're going to be on the spot. Which means you're going to have to understand what are some of these red flags that they're going to be looking for. So when you show up at your interview, you're going to be able to first explain it, and second of all, even be able to avoid it in the first place, because some people are not even aware that they shouldn't be married in the United States after they come here on a tourist visa, and they should wait a few months before doing that. They don't know that. But now that you're watching my video, you're going to know that there are some things that you should not do when you enter the United States. Like, for example, you should not overstay your visa if you can avoid it, right? If you can avoid it, do not overstay. But if you already overstayed, fine. You're watching this video now 2 years in. What can you do? Well, you can prepare the application, have documents to explain why it happened, show that you're really with your spouse, have all the evidence to show it's a bona fide marriage. And if the officer decides to deny this case, it's going to cause extreme hardship to U.S. citizen spouse. So having the mitigating factors, even after the overstay, will help you work with an officer that is now using a lot of discretion, and they have that discretion right now. So if you come across somebody who's shady or somebody who's trying to evade the law, they're going to use that discretion. They will investigate you, they'll detain you. They'll do whatever it takes in their power to prevent you from getting that green card. That is the change that we see. Not who qualifies for a green card. That has not changed. It's the power they have to take the benefit from you and prevent you from getting that green card. So, who is it going to be impacting? It's going to impact people who have fraud in their cases or potential suspects that they committed fraud or are about to commit fraud. And it's going to empower officers at FDNS, the fraud investigation of USCIS, to give them even more power, even more authority, and work closely with the adjudicating officers to find that fraud. It's going to give more power to regular USCIS officers who didn't have that authority, but now they will have it in green card cases, citizenship cases, and extension of green card cases. Those are going to be looked at differently, going to say, you know what, I think something is shady here. Now I have the authority. I'll investigate, I'll call other people in my team to try to figure it out. So they'll have this authority to raise the red flag, which they really didn't have before. Arrests in immigration interviews. It's happening already, but you'll see more arrests in immigration interviews now by immigration officers who will initiate the arrest and then turn over the applicants to ICE. That is going to go on the rise. So the big change is that the laws have not changed. Okay, what has changed is this question. They have more power now, and you need to be aware of that. You don't just walk into an immigration interview without enough evidence, you bring more evidence than needed. Show them that this is a bona fide case so they don't have to try to investigate. The bottom line is that most people are not at risk. If you have a legitimate case, you're good. But people that, even if they have a legitimate case, if you don't have the evidence to support it, guess what? They will investigate you. And what's going to happen? Your case will be delayed further. Our goal as attorneys is to make sure our clients get approved. Number 2, prevent any delays. And number 3, keep the public informed, right? So to avoid being delayed, you just have to bring the documents they need. You have to be transparent. You have to be honest, and you have to be overly prepared. As long as you do that, and you make sure you understand how things work, you'll be good. So guys, please, if you need help with your immigration matter, send me a text at 619-483-4549 or go to www.immigrationapp.com. We stay at the forefront of immigration changes. We pass the news to you guys. And as always, let me know in the comments what you think, questions, concerns, and I'll see you in our next video. Thanks for watching.